In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Alexis from Cheyenne, Wyoming is with us. Hey, how are you?
Hey, Dave. I am truly better than I deserve.
Cool. Welcome. How can I help?
Thanks. So I'm wondering, after you're completely debt-free, how do you determine what a reasonable amount of money is to spend on fun things like vacations, upgrading cars, and eating out, that kind of thing?
Cool. Well, there's three things you can do with money. You can give it, you can invest it, and you can spend it. Once you're 100% debt-free and you're in baby steps 3, 4, 5, right up in there, you're investing money and you got your emergency fund in place. Until you have your emergency fund in place and you're debt-free other than your home, you need to really focus on those things. But once you're there, which is kind of what you're asking, then how do we balance out the investing, the giving, and the fun? And the problem is there's always a limiting factor, meaning the more you give, the less you've got to invest. The more you spend, the less you got to give or invest, right? Anytime you take from one of these buckets, you take too much from one of these buckets, it limits the other bucket. So to do zero of any of those three is a bad idea. Zero giving, zero investing, or zero fun once you're after baby step 3. So you want to have some of each. And then you just start asking yourself your question, and there's not a wrong answer really, is which of these do I want to do more of? The more fun you have, the stuff you're talking about, the less you're going to be able to invest, and the less fun you're going to be able to have later because you're not going to have as much money, And and the more you give, the less you're going to have to invest. And the more fun you have, the less you have to give, which is more fun, really. But so it's kind of, so I think you just do that. You sit down and look at it. We look at it around our house on ratios. And so we say, if we've got $1,000 laying here, what percentage of that do we want to spend on fun? What percentage do we want to give? And what percentage do we want to invest? And, at baby step 4, I got you putting 15% into investments, right?
Yes.
If you've heard the baby steps. So that one's kind of locked in. Anything above that can go towards either paying off the house early or increased giving or increased fun and those kinds of things. But let's just say you are driving a horrible old beater that's got 500 million miles on it. You just finished your baby step 3. You're probably not going to start investing for a few minutes. You're probably going to save up and get you a little better car. It's time to do that. Or you got a couch with a spring sticking through it, that kind of thing. You probably need to stop and buy you a couch right then once you get past baby step 3. But if you just keep spending everything, you're going to retire broke, and you're never going to give. So you're going to retire broke and bitter, because people that don't give end up bitter. So you just got to be touching all three bases over the scope of time. Sometimes for a period of time, I'm heavy on investing, or I'm heavy on fun, or I'm heavy on giving. And then I may come back, but I always am doing something in all three of those buckets as we go past baby step 3. And you just got to gauge it and say, I can do this one time. I'm going to stop and get this car bought. I need to buy a car, or I want to buy a better car. Either one's fine, want or need. But then next year I'm going to concentrate on investing. And by the time I get to Christmas, I'm going to do some big giving by the time I get to Christmas. And you just start working that into your budget and your plan, and so that you keep all three things in your sights, but you kind of let one come and one go, and another one come and another one go, and just kind of keep moving them around. But if you'll keep the investing going steady at least 15%, you'll become a millionaire. And then that opens up the ability to live off of your investments and really, really do some very cool things with giving and fun both. But along the path, the millionaires that we study, they have fun. They go on vacation, they buy cars. They just don't buy a brand new $60,000 car. Right. They buy a used $20,000 car, and they pay cash for it. And they don't run up their credit cards being irresponsible and impulsive. They don't have any credit card debt. And so that gives them the room to continue to invest. See what I'm saying? So it's some of everything all the time. Is that logical? What is your particular thing you're wanting to buy?
So we're wanting to go on vacation and spend about $4,000 later this year.
Okay.
And then my husband also wants to update his truck, so we want to put about an additional $20,000 on top of his $9,000.
And you're at baby step 3 or beyond?
We're on baby step 6.
6. Okay, yeah. So you're putting 15% in.
Yes.
And above that, you got the money to do these other things.
Yes, sir, we do.
Do them.
Thank you.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That fits in with the conversation we were just having.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Well done. What do you guys do for a living?
We're both active duty military.
Oh, cool. Which branch?
Air Force.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you, Dave.
Very cool. I'm glad you're winning. Baby step 6er. Good for you. Awesome. Well done.